Adjust you right there. There we go. Hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show live. This week, I want to talk about some tips for Universal. Now, first of all, Universal's disability service is way different than Disney's. So, with Universal, if you have a disability and don't like waiting in line for a super long time, you can ask the team member if there are any in the attractions. Just saying, because we were in 2 hours in the Mario Kart attraction at our queue and there was no team members around. You can ask the team member if you can go to the family room that's at the attraction, which is near the attraction exit. Then, when your party is at the attraction, you can go right up to the front of the line and be with them. We have not tried that because, again, the family room is at the near the attraction exit usually. And they also have an express pass that can help you skip the line, but they sell out fast, especially the week we were there. So if you're going to Universal, be prepared if you have a disability to make sure that you know where the family rooms are and be prepared for a whole bunch of Hogwarts junk. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney or Universal for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So we all don't like it when a ride closes for refurbishment because we miss it. But it's worth it when they do reopen, because in the case of Buzz and Big Thunder, the updates really help the attraction. So this week, we are going to cover my top 5 attraction updates. Number 5, Kilimanjaro Safari. Now, many moons ago on Kilimanjaro Safari, the story of the attraction was to help stop poachers from stealing animals from Harambe. But a few years later, Disney took that out and just made it about the animals, which makes it even better. Because you don't want to ride a safari vehicle and worried about animals being poached. You want to see the animals, especially if you have little ones, because they really want to see the animals. They don't care about no stinking poachers. Number 4, Frozen Ever After. So, as all of you may know, they finally replaced those projection faces on Frozen Ever After with actual moving animatronic faces, which is awesome. And when we did that back in February, the change definitely was noticed. I mean, no blurry faces, and it's just wonderful that this is the new way of animatronics. Number 3, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. So, as you know, the ride used to be in 3D, but a lot of people have complained that it messed with their noggins a bit because with the 3D and the trackless ride system, you get jerked and jerked and jerked, and it kind of gives you a headache. But Disney took it from 3D to 2D, which definitely helps. Number 2, Test Track. So we're in the third version of Test Track. At first the ride was about safety, and the second version, which is about designing a car, and now the current version of Test Track, inspired by the attraction's predecessor, the World of Motion. It's all about the where transportation is heading in the future, which in the case of some drivers might be a traffic jam. Tell me I'm wrong. And my number 1 attraction update, the Tree of Life. Now, I know what you're thinking. Big John, the Tree of Life's not a ride or an attraction. But remember, there's a 3D show in that tree. And that 3D show used to be my least favorite of all. It's Tough to Be a Bug. But fortunately now, it's an even better show, Zootopia Better Zoogether. We did that back in February. If you haven't seen the video, it is awesome. A definite improvement over Tough to Be a Bug. So let me know in the chat or in the comments if you have been any updated attractions recently, and if so, was the update worth it? And now it's time for the ding ding theme park throwdown. As you know, this is the segment where we discuss the differences between Disney and Universal. This week's topic: entertainment districts. So, Disney, of course, has Disney Springs, and it's huge and very well laid out with tons of great shops and restaurants. Whereas Universal has City Walk, which is nicely crammed. We went into a couple stores in City Walk, the main Universal store and the Margaritaville store. So let me know in the chat or in the comments which entertainment district you think takes this week's throwdown. Do you prefer things spread out like at Disney Springs, or do you prefer things nicely crammed like at City Walk? And now it's trivia time. So last week we asked what kind of bug was Flick in A Bug's Life. Our loyal viewer, Laura, gave us the correct answer, an ant. And now, here is this week's trivia time question. What is the name of Pixar's lamp mascot? Be the first one in the chat or in the comments with the correct answer, and you will receive 100 cool points. So the other night, during Disney's Starlight Parade, which we've yet to see, maybe we'll see it in a couple weeks. But anyway, the other night during Disney's Starlight Parade, people were caught by surprise when Peter Pan and Wendy were actually flying on their float. And everyone all over the Disney news is over this, because at first Peter Pan and Wendy were just standing on their float. Now they're flying. I think it makes the flow even more magical. I really do. And maybe I'll get to see it in a couple weeks, and if I do, I'll make sure it gets a awesome video for you guys to see. And also another thing, with next year at our 10th anniversary, I want to take things to the next level here on the channel. And I want to know what you guys want to see from me do here on the channel. Do you want to see me review some of the stuff here in the studio? Do you guys want to see me, like play Disney games or something? You let me know, My dragons are pregnant. Interesting. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. For this week's shoutouts, make sure you guys check out Just a Guy and a Girl. They do great live streams from Disneyland. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Micah Barnaby's channel, World of Micah. He does great videos from the parks and everywhere in between. Definitely check him out as well. Also, make sure you guys check out my pal Ron over at Ron on the Go. He does great live streams from the parks all the time. Definitely check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out my buddy Beth over at Best Disney Adventures. She did 3 live streams yesterday. Definitely check those out if you haven't seen them. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse... And until next time, best remove them.